Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed confirms that oil price fluctuations will not affect citizens' living aspects, Omanization policy, and employment training and qualifying programs in public and private sectors, nor the benefits from employees of the state. His Highness stresses the Sultanate's keenness to consider the basic fundamental consistencies of citizens and basic services to provide a stable economic atmosphere to promote progress levels. The Executive President of State's General Reserve Fund reassures members of the society that the fund is growing steadily and the Sultanate's economy is strong. And the Ministry of the Interior determines the 18th of January to receive the candidacy application for Shura Council membership of the 8th term. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, confirmed that the assessment carried out by the government and state specialized institutions to overcome economic and social effects resulted from sharp decrease of oil prices is to transform these steps into practical solution, taking into account applicable suitable consideration. In a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television and Oman News Agency, His Highness said the Sultanate, since the start of the Blessed Renaissance in 1970, adopted to oil prices fluctuations and was able by His Majesty the Sultan's enlightened vision and collaborative efforts of citizens to overcome all challenges and achieved economic and social developing rates. And still, in spite of that, then stage lacked numerous potentials embodied in basic utilities and diverse economic and investment fields being witnessed by Oman, today completed in all of its land by the grace of Allah and success. Regarding dealing with these changes embodied currently in the oil arena, His Highness clarified that it is taken into consideration that it will not affect citizens' living aspects and what is provided of the basic services. It also will not affect Omanization policy, employment training and qualifying programs in public and private sectors, as well as that related to benefits from employees of the state, as they are considered basic fundamental consistencies, reflecting the keenness of His Majesty to provide the best means of decent living for citizens of the generous country, and thus work will continue by these basic fundamentals forward. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, also said, in regard to these precautionary measures and finding innovative solutions to income resources in order to strengthen the state's revenues to face prices decrease, it will be looked into seriously in a balanced way, taking into consideration economic and social growth, as well as commercial and investment activities in the country, and they all constitute main sources of sustainable development, especially that oil witnesses ups and downs according to international circumstances. It is hoped that it will stabilize after circumstances the cost is decreased are gone. His Highness added that encouraging investment and domestic and foreign investors, implementation of giant strategic projects and productive projects of public benefits, and activating private sector role will be their entirety of high development goals that the government endeavors to support by various means to find stable economic atmosphere to contribute in upgrading development rates in the country. The Sultanate, as it approaches the theme of optimism, it is proceeding with determination in the march of comprehensive construction, whose exerted efforts were fruitful and gained appreciation of countries of the world. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, at the conclusion of his statement, praised to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty the Sultan and to endow him a long life to lead the dear country towards further glory and prosperity. State's General Reserve Fund has direct investment in more than 22 countries, in which most of them are good and profitable, and indirect investment through global shares in many countries of the world. That was emphasized by His Excellency Abdul Salam bin Mohammed Al Murshidi, Executive President of State's General Reserve Fund, who in a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television confirmed that the fund is growing in a speedy way. He said there will be new investment at sovereign and giant level and reassured members of the society that the fund has a growth. With regard to the budget, there will be a detailed statement from the Ministry of Finance. The Executive President of the State's General Reserve Fund also said reserves are available and there is no justification for panic. The Sultanate has not yet reached the stage where it needs to take from the reserves, and the situation is more than reassuring. He said the Sultanate's economy is strong but needs more diversification, and this is the plan and will be based on 5 main elements to diversify the economy out of oil and gas sector. Her Excellency Maytha bin Saif al-Mahrouqiya, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Tourism, said that the tourism sector is one of the main sectors for diversifying the economy, and related projects have vital importance to support the sector. She revealed that new tourism projects will be established to provide job opportunities for Omanis. Tourism sector's contribution to the gross domestic product is 2.6% as a direct contribution, and indirect it is more than 6%. The plans are to raise these percentages to be in line with other sectors contributing to the economy. She also said accommodation rooms are important and are steadily increasing to accommodate domestic and foreign tourists. The Ministry of Education held the annual ceremony to honor the excelled ones in the program of knowledge development for the subjects of sciences, health, and environmental geographical concepts. 303 students and teachers of the Directors General of Education of the Governorate were honored, as well as displaying 25 scientific innovation projects. It was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Hamad al-Rumhi, Minister of Oil and Gas. The ceremony came as a crowning of 8 years passed by the Ministry's inauguration of knowledge development, which witnessed remarkable quantitative and qualitative in its knowledge innovative results, as well as increasing of competitiveness standards among participants. The Ministry of the Interior determined the period to receive the candidacy application for Shura Council membership of the 8th term to start from the 18th of January until the 5th of February. The Ministry indicated that whoever desires to nominate him or herself should present their application to the offices of their Excellencies the Walis by filling up the prepared form for candidacy and attach all required documents with it. It is worthy to notice that any application presented after the deadline or to any authority rather than the Wali's office will not be accepted. A Dakhiliya Nursing Institute in the Wilaya of Nizwa hosted the 3rd workshop on wording the examinations of nursing institutes in the Sultanate after upgrading the study program to a bachelor degree this year. The workshop discussed a number of aspects related to developing and wording exams according to the new curriculum and with high quality, which suited the students' skills. The participants in the workshop interacted with speakers who discussed a number of topics concerning analyzing examination elements and classification according to scientific basics, which contributed in uplifting the level of student performance. A training workshop organized by the Ministry of Health and Royal Hospital tackled the procedures adopted by the Sultanate to increase the awareness of the people on the importance of donating organs of those clinically dead in Arab countries with regard to religious principles. The 2-day workshop also discussed the criteria to diagnose the brain death cases, in addition to follow up their status in intensive care units and the best ways to bring notice to such cases to their guardians. It was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saif al-Husni, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Health for Health Affairs. With the aim of discussing main challenges of its treatment, Directorate General of Health Services in ISKI in the Government of Dakhiliya organized a medical conference on sickle cell anemia in children. The conference witnessed wide participation and exchanging expertise among a number of specialists and the people concerned in providing care for sickle cell anemia patients, focusing on main complications as stroke dangers, respiratory and important cardiovascular complications which patients suffer from were the highlighted points of discussion in the conference, in addition to discussing rapid therapeutic interventions at emergency departments. Still to come in our news bulletin. Al-Zahra Female College celebrates the graduation of 247 female students in bachelor and diploma degrees. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. With a total cost of 90 million Omani riyals, the foundation stone of Palm Mall Muscat was laid in the project site in Ma'bella, Sib. It is considered a new addition witnessed by the commercial and touristic sector in the Sultanate. The implementation of the project will take 2.5 years and is 100% Omani investment. It will include the biggest recreational city on the level of the Sultanate, consisting of a number of early learning centers, hotel apartments, commercial centers, cinema, snow park, aquarium, as well as restaurants and cafes. This project will also provide more than 2,000 direct job opportunities and is expected to contribute in supporting the national economy and recycling funds and investing in the Sultanate through provision of shopping, tourism, and entertainment centers. In addition to that, the project will represent an important point of attraction for tourists and in reducing pressure on other commercial areas in Muscat. Oman Air received the Best Award for its economy class internationally during the ceremony to present the World Travel Awards 2014 held in Anguilla Island in the Caribbean. The winners were determined due to international note, which included more than 500,000 experts in the tourism and travel sector from 171 countries. The Sultanate received the third place in the Economy Knowledge Index in the Arab level. It came after the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. The Arab Knowledge Report 2014, under the title The Youth and Embracing Knowledge, stated that the Gulf countries in general placed in relatively advanced positions, reflecting their economic progress and knowledge development as well. Al Zahra Female College celebrated the graduation of 247 female students in bachelor and diploma degrees. The 10th batch included specializations of computer sciences, business administration, financial and banking services, accounting, graphic design, and English linguistic and literature. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Khamis Al-Kabi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Consumer Protection. Samad Al-Shan Basic Education School in the Wilaya of Mudaybi organized a mobile awareness tent aiming to acquaint students and parents to the most important and correct ways in choosing academic subjects. The tent witnessed a remarkable interaction by visitors with its various activities and programs meant for awareness purposes to students in order to highlight the importance of determining their vocational future, which starts with their choosing of academic subjects suitable with their future tendency and the desire to acquaint them with the job market and majors available in higher education institutions in the Sultanate. A procession was held in the Wilaya of Hasab in the Governorate of Musandam to mark World Day for the Disabled. It witnessed a wide participation from government and private institutions and all categories of the society. The procession aims to pay attention to the disabled and the importance of allowing them to be productive cadres, each as per their capabilities and skills. It kicked off from Sultan Qaboos Mosque in Hasab, passing by some government buildings and ending in Al Wafa Social Center. Now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog along the coastal areas of the Sultanate and in the governorates of Buraymi and Zahra. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be moderate to rough along the western coast of the Governorate of Musandam and the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters. Along the coast of the Sea of Oman, it will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed confirms that oil price fluctuations will not affect citizens' living aspects, Omanization policy, and employment training and qualifying programs in public and private sectors, nor the benefits from employees of the state. His Highness stresses the Sultanate's keenness to consider the basic fundamental consistencies and of the citizens and basic services to provide a stable economic atmosphere to promote progress levels. The Executive President of the State's General Reserve Fund reassures members of the society that the fund is growing steadily and the Sultanate's economy is strong. And the Ministry of the Interior determines the 18th of January to receive the candidacy application for Shura Council membership of the 8th term. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.